Summers in Iceland are really wonderful. You can feel how both people and the animals in nature try to squeeze in as much as possible because the winters are long and hard. For centuries, Flatey has been a centre of culture and art in Iceland. And it gives me great pleasure to see people understand more deeply what's there, and I'm able to share my culture and my history with them. My name is Birna Imsland. I am the cultural specialist for Iceland at Lindblad Expeditions. We are here on the island of Flatey. The island is rather flat, as the name might indicate. It is only about 2 kilometers to one side and 1 kilometer across. Flatey is a remote island where the weather conditions can change very quickly. But this island has a rugged beauty in any weather. The National Geographic Explorer is the perfect vessel to visit islands like Flatey. We're here to discover its history, culture. It has a beautiful old church and a small town, as well as an abundant bird life. Once upon a time, this was a thriving village, and what's left now are a handful of residents that live here in the wintertime. But in the summertime, people come here who have roots here. So these would be descendants of the people who built the village. This is the church in Flatey. It was built in 1926. When we enter the church, we are faced with a grand fresco or mural. It is made by the Catalan artist Baltasar Samper, who has lived in Iceland for decades. The altarpiece is set in Icelandic nature, just on this island. We're looking at the ocean. We see 2 disciples, and with them is Jesus Christ himself, and he's wearing an Icelandic jumper, a so-called lopapeysa. The library was built in 1864. It is one of our oldest, but it's also the smallest. It's only 16 square meters. One of our most important manuscripts from medieval times, Flateyr Bók, the Book of Flatey, was kept here on the island for a long time. It was owned by one farmer after the other for generations. The Book of Flatey is really world literature, and it's very important not just for Iceland, but also for the history of Europe. The original manuscript is no longer here, but we can still feel the rich cultural heritage of Iceland as we explore the island.